It's a simple video, Chelsea fans. 3 mistakes Enzo Maresca has to avoid as we head into the Champions League for the first time in a couple of years away at the Allianz and Bayern Munich tomorrow evening. We are Club World Cup champions, the world champions, Chelsea, surprising everyone in the Club World Cup final. Paris Saint-Germain. Ask them. We battered them on our day, and we can do it again against anyone. But we all know Chelsea can also be poor. So I want to go into this video and explain the 3 mistakes that he has to avoid, Maresca, in order for us to win. I'm going to go through each one as we work through the video. And hopefully, when it gets to the end of the video, you guys will then give me your opinions, and you'll either agree with me, you'll have something to say, and that's good because that's what this is all about, right? Start with, has to avoid. The first mistake he must avoid is getting the team selection right. He cannot afford to get it wrong. If he gets it wrong, we could face an uphill battle by half time. So far in the Premier League this season, Crystal Palace, Fulham, and now Brentford. Yes, they're London derbies, but come on. We've struggled in the first half in those games to just come to terms with everything that we're playing up against. Teams sit defensive against us. And in that low block with loads of numbers and bodies in the middle of midfield and people out wide working hard and making the pitch compact, and we can't deal with it because the team selection is wrong. We cannot have the team selection being anything other than our strongest available 11 to start the game tomorrow. We've rested players against Brentford and had to bring them on because we were poor in the first half. So, the team selection, in my own personal view, should be Sanchez in goal, Reece James at right back, Chalobah tossing, and then Cucurella left back. It's going to be Caicedo and Enzo, the midfield 2. On the right-hand side, Pedro Neto, outstanding player. Cole Palmer's the number 10. Garnacho on the left-hand side, if Esteval's not around. And João Pedro up front. That's who I think we should start the game, and you guys are entitled and free to give your opinion in the chat. No problem whatsoever. No fancy graphics here. Just a simple video and a discussion, because that's what this is all about, right? Secondly, the second mistake we must avoid is our tactic and our approach to the game. Now, we all know that Enzo Maresca is one tactic man, and he doesn't adjust it. He might make a small little tweak to it, but normally he brings other players on in the same positions that are already the framework of the team to have a go at doing a better job. This is Champions League. This is Bayern Munich. As tough as it gets as an opening game of the Champions League, away from home, we simply cannot think we're going to go there and play a little bit defensive maybe, because if we do that, we're going to play into the hands of Bayern Munich and end up being pinned on our own penalty box, and we can't get out and we can't build anything, and it's going to be a complete nightmare. Our tactical approach needs to be that we play to our strengths. We move the ball wide quickly, at pace, into Cole Palmer as well in number 10. We get forward and we create the space. Now, I sincerely hope that Enzo Maresca does his homework on Bayern Munich, and I'm sure he has done, as he did against Paris Saint-Germain in the Club World Cup final. He identified the weakness. He identified the fact that Vitinha had to slip in and become a left-sided centre-half from midfield, and he was exposed time and time again. And in that first half, we exposed it 3 times and scored 3 goals, and it was game over. I'm not saying it's going to be as simple as that against Bayern Munich, but Enzo Maresca needs to identify the weakness in Bayern. I don't think they're as strong as they always were, Bayern Munich, at the back, through midfield. So let's just see what happens. But the main thing is, we can't go there and change our approach and be cautious and sit in a little bit defensive behind the ball because we're worried about them. Because by doing so, all we're going to do is drop back to the edge of our box, as I've already said, give them all the possession, and it's going to become a difficult game for us. We have to play fluid front foot football. That's when we're at our absolute best, and that's what we need to do. And thirdly, the third mistakes we must avoid is making the wrong substitutions in game. Team selection, tactic, and now the in-game substitutions. If it's not going for us, this is a group stage. Go for it. Go for the game. Go for Bayern. Play to Chelsea's strengths. Don't take attacking players off and go defensive, for example. Don't take a Pedro Neto off and bring on Malo Gusto to be like a second um, defensive part of the defensive line on that right hand side by taking off the attacking Pedro Neto, who I think is going to tear up the Champions League this season. By the way, don't take away what we're good at. You know, it might be going against us, but we got the ability to change anything in a moment. We got the players that can do it. We got players that can open the door. We got pace. We got players that go direct and attack people. We got Cole Palmer being Cole Palmer, and we got João Pedro who's come into Chelsea, and my God, he's proved me wrong. I have to say, I think the guy's outstanding, and I think he will be in the Champions League for us. We've been out of the Champions League for a couple of seasons, Chelsea, and it's about time we got back in there. We're back in it. We're being written off by everyone because that's what they do, and we don't mind that. I'd much rather they talk about everybody else and they ignore us and let us get on with playing our football. Let us get on with just surprising people, and just let us do what we need to do. We're being written off. Jamie Carragher, you know him, doesn't believe we're going to get past the initial stage of the Champions League. Tonight, he's already talking about the fact that there's 6 English teams in the Champions League, and he believes 50%, 3 of them will be gone by the end of the first stage. Didn't mention anyone's name. You can imagine the 3 he's going to pick to go forward and the 3 that are not going to go through, and he's including Chelsea as one of them. So listen, when you listen to pundits and Champions League and this and that, they're going to spend a lot of time talking about the favourites, the big teams and all this sort of stuff. We won't get much of a mention in the beginning. But all I can say is, mark my words, we've proven people wrong time and time again. Bayern Munich Champions League final away. Man City Champions League final in Porto. Club World Cup final, PSG. You know where I'm getting at. This season in the Champions League, Chelsea can really kick on. The main thing we need to do is adjust the mindset from where we played Conference League last season, which, let's face it, was a powder puff tournament until you got to the latter stages. It's a different level, completely different level Champions League, and we need to be prepared for it the right way. So, Mr. Maresca, please make sure your team selection's right. Make sure you don't adjust the tactic and you play to our strengths. And then also make sure when you make the substitutions, you continue to look to play to our strengths and you don't cave and go defensive. If you're going to try and seal out a 1-0 win, I'm all for it. Last 10 minutes, shove as many defenders on as you want. 4 goalkeepers, I don't care. But we got to go for this game. We got to really make a statement in week 1 of the Champions League. Beating Bayern Munich in their own backyard. We've done it before, we can do it again. Let me know, guys, what you think about the opinion that I have of the 3 mistakes he needs to avoid. Do you agree with me? Do you want to elaborate more on the team selection, on the tactic, and also the substitutions in the comments? Please do. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. You'll notify my next video comes out with a big new series coming out on the channel coming soon. So thank you so much for watching. If it's the first time you've watched, appreciate it. And I'll see you all soon. I look forward to reading your comments. Come on, Chelsea. We can do this again. See you next time.